Hey, I have a shocking truth that I want to reveal to you. What shocking truth that I'm going to reveal? I want you to stay tuned from the beginning to the end of this video, because if you've wondered how to bring things into fruition effortlessly and easily, I want you to listen with an open mind, and I want you to listen with your spiritual ears, because he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to us. The shocking truth that I'm going to reveal to you is how to provoke God's favor. Having God's favor over your life is so great, because favor gives you access where you have originally been denied. You are going to be flooding the gates of hell. You are going to walk into places. You are going to grace shoulders with people who are very prominent people, because it's just your time and it's just your season. I don't care how long you have said this. Today is a different day. I want you to say it, and I want you to mean it. If you don't mean it, don't you say it. If you believe it, I want you to declare it. I want you to open the mouth that God gave you, sound the alarm, and I want you to blow the shofar. When the enemies of your life hear the shofar being blown, your enemies are going to scatter. Open your mouth and blow the shofar, and your enemies are going to scatter. The enemies that you see today, you're not going to see these enemies anymore. They're not. You've learned something that the enemy thought you would never learn. And you don't have to break your back trying to get anything. You already have everything. You know, the enemy always fights us against the knowledge that we don't know. Wherever you're not knowledgeable, the enemy can destroy you. This is why it is so good to get an understanding. God tells us in all you're getting, he said, why don't you get an understanding? In everything you do in life, why don't you pray for wisdom? Because wisdom is the principal thing. You have the tools, but if you don't understand that you have those tools and how to use them, the enemy's going to defeat you. You got to pray for wisdom. Pray and ask God to give you the wisdom to do what you need to do with what you already have. You don't need to look outside of you for everything. You have everything. You have everything on the inside of your family. You're going to provoke God's favor. How you going to provoke God's favor? Honey, you're going to pray. You're going to pray like you lost your mind. You're going to tap into the realm of the spirit, and you're going to pray, and you're going to pull down strongholds. You're going to pull down vain imaginations, and you're going to pull down everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of Christ. Prayer is the key, nothing else. The hookup is your prayer life. The hookup is in the presence of the Lord. You know, so many people are in this world trying to connect to certain people of popularity and prominence to gain access. You already have the hookup. You already have access. This is a shocking truth that God wanted me to reveal to you, that so many people do not know and they do not understand. Where you have knowledge, you're going to beat the devil tooth and nail. You're going to beat him in every area of your life. You got to know the truth, because it is the truth that you know, the truth that you hear, and the truth that you adhere to. It's the truth that's going to make you free. You're going to provoke God's favor. You're going to cause the hand of God to just rest upon your life, family, and give you things that you didn't even pray for. You know, God will show you great and mighty things you've never known. You know, before you call on a God, you know, he tell us in the word, before you call on me, God said, I'm going to answer you. Isn't that something? Before you begin the ending of your prayer, or before you even begin, God said, I'm already there. God said, I'm Jehovah Shammah. What does that mean? Jehovah Shammah. God said, I'm already there. God said, I'm already in the place where you're trying to be. Where are you trying to go? God said, I'm there. I'm waiting on you. Come on. What's slowing you back? What's hindering your life? This is why I want all of you that are listening to this video, that are tuned and that follow me here on my YouTube page here. I want you to understand what time that we are living in and how much further you're going to get. And you're going to get there real fast. You're going to get there real quick. You know, some things in your life may have seemed or gave you the appearance that it'll never be. But no, you are going to provoke God's favor. You're going to provoke the favor of God upon your life, because you're going to pray. You're going to pray from your spirit. You're not going to pray out of the flesh. You're going to tap into the realm of the spirit, and you're going to pray in faith. You're going to pray through faith, That means you're going to pray knowing who you praying to. You're going to pray believing that it's already done. It is already done. You have everything that you're praying for. You are looking for it in the physical to believe that you have it. That is not the key. This is a shocking truth that God wanted me to reveal to you. You may need to go back and re-listen to this video repetitively, because sometimes, as God allowed me to put in my book, Becoming a Master Divine Consciousness, we learn through repetition. That means, honey, we got to listen to this over and over and over again. So what? So be it. You got to do whatever you need to do to get to the place where you desire to be, because God gonna start tugging on your spirit in this season of your life, because He's telling you to come up hither. He's telling you to come up a little bit higher. So you can't be looking at the people that you're leaving behind, honey. You got to leave these people behind. You got to choose today what you want. Do you want what God has for you, or do you want to hang on to what is killing you? You know, some people are literally killing you spiritually. They're killing you emotionally. They're killing you financially, and they're killing you emotionally. You got to make a choice. This is a shocking truth that God is revealing to you today through this video. You got to make a decision, and you got to learn to provoke God's favor. The favor of God can be provoked. You're going to provoke the favor of God on your life by praying. And we know we can't earn favor. There's nothing that we can be dutiful about to gain God's favor, because it's grace. It's unmerited. They mean there is nothing that you can do physically. There's not a work that you can do to gain the favor of God. Favor is what God gives that we don't deserve. But you can provoke the hand of God to bless your life through obedience, honey, and through your prayer life. You got to pray and not faint. You got to pray and don't give up. You got to pray. And sometimes when that blessing is lingering, but you know you have a right to have it, this is what God tells us to do. We have to fast the way He calls a fast. You got to mix that prayer life with your fasting to break that chain. Whatever you're going through, that thing on your life just won't break. That lack seems like it just won't break. No matter how much you plant, you're just not reaping. God says He gives some 30-fold, some 60-fold, 100-fold. Whatever you desire, you got to sow that. You are a seed. Your life is a seed. The word of God is a seed, but you got to mix that prayer with fasting to see the hand of God upon your life. I'm telling you, some things just not going to break over your life until you mix your fasting and your prayer. Those of you who are under doctors and who take medication, you let your doctor advise you before you actually go on a fast. So don't take that and go fast without getting the consultation of your physician to get that medical permission to fast. Okay, this is just something biblical that God wanted me to drop in your spirit today. So to provoke the hand of God upon your life, you got to pray, and you got to pray in boldness, and you got to pray in faith. You got to believe when you don't see. You got to believe the impossible. Start today by believing that God can do the impossible. I want you all to start today believing that God can do anything. And you can believe this because you can look at the prayers that He's answered before for you. He can do anything. But there's one thing that He'll never do, and that is fail any of us. God would never fail us. He won't. So why can't we believe Him? Why can't we just take God at His word? How many people's word have you taken at hand? How many? And how many of these people have let you down? That would never be God. You can take God at His word, and it's going to be what He said. He'll do what He said. God's going to do what He said. He's going to do right by you. If God said He's going to restore your life, honey, He's going to restore your life. Keep a lifestyle of prayer. See, prayer has to be a lifestyle. This can't be something you do when you need a miracle, when you need a breakthrough. See, because God knows the intents of our heart. He knows why we're praying. He knows we're in trouble. He knows we need access to something. He knows we need a miracle. God wants us to He wants us to love Him, and He wants us to want Him and to need Him every day. He doesn't want to just hear from us, family, whenever we have a problem, we have an issue. You think about the things that people take you through in life. You just think about when people only call upon you when they need a favor from you. And when you have welcomed that favor and did what you can do for these people, they're gone into the next time they need. a problem fixed. This is what God is telling us. I want to hear from you before you have a problem. God said, I don't want to just hear from you when you need me. I want you to know that you need God every day. Did you know that? You don't need God when trouble arises. You need him whenever you are on the mountaintop. The provoking prayer life that you have is what's going to cause God's hand of favor to rest upon your life. Favor is going to give you miracles that you couldn't get any other way. It's going to give you opportunities. It's going to qualify you for things that physically you don't qualify for. I'm telling you, you got an advantage over people who don't belong to God. So use this as your advantage by being a kingdom child of God. Thank y'all for tuning in the broadcast today. If you are enough, don't you all get scammed on the channel. You see the scammers. I'm not reaching out to anybody. Just continue to report them and to delete the replies. Jump over to my Instagram at Nikki G McCray and give me your support there. Like the videos for me, family, and go back and pre-watch those pre-recorded lives and those pre-recorded videos, and check out our shorts too, and leave a positive comment. Stay positive, family, in the comment section. No negativity, because whatever you plant, honey, you're gonna reap it, whether it's good or bad. God said he don't be mocked. He's not gonna be deceived either. Whatever you sow, honey, you're gonna reap it. We all are gonna reap it. So why don't we just start planting seeds in our life that we want to harvest from? Whatever we don't want a harvest from, let's not plant it. Make sure that foundation that you're building is built on the rock. I love all of you. Talk later. Bye-bye.